Coach Ware, continuing on our basic understanding of the 4-2-5 defense and talking about coverage. So, cover three versus 3-by-1 personnel. So, 3-by-1 meaning three receivers to the one solo receiver. Again, the variation of where these guys play can change from team to team. Sometimes the Y goes inside because they'll use him to crack here, crack on the linebacker, or if you're running some kind of a screen, you want your Y inside to block, and then vice versa here. Maybe they're running screen. So again, it varies from team to team where they're at. And then we did some coverages too out of this where if you've got some guy quick blazer off the ball that they're trying to get in positions against, free safety linebacker, clean releases, we had some coverages where we're going to jam either number 1, 2, or 3. And I'll go into those in a later video. But for right now, we'll talk about the basics here. So we'll start with the guys up front. We're going to call this strength regardless of where the back is and regardless of where we're at on the field to the 3 receiver side. So that puts the defensive end in a 5 technique playing C, tackles in a 3 playing B, nose in a 1 playing A, and the weak side end is in a 5 technique playing backside C gap. Rover's going to go over top of number 2, corner over top of 1, free safety over 3, and backside to corner over top of the single receiver. As far as their coverage goes, we're going to play a split coverage here. So we're still going to run our cover 3 concept to the strong side with cover 2 to the weak. Your linebackers still have hook to curl. Okay, so the rover is going to press and ride this guy to his vertical, then pass off, and then get to the flat. Corner is going to drop to his deep quarter. Free safety is going to drop to his deep quarter. The corner is going to stay here in the flat. He's going to actually ride the vertical until he sees something coming into his zone. So if he doesn't get any threat, so fullback out or number 3 dragging across, he's going to stay with number 1 until he gets to a level where he can pass him off. And then you've got your 2 linebackers, like I said, that have got hook to curl. Let's take a look at some film here. The reason I like to choose this footage, and I'll do a lot of practice footage too, is if you can see the vantage point as drone footage. And if there was one thing within your program that I would advocate that you guys take advantage of is getting a drone. It is game changing for practice film. Unfortunately, where I coached, they did not allow drone footage during games. You could have it on not like a string, but attached somewhere in the back of the end zone. But just this vantage point that you get is nice. I used to stand back behind the linebackers and practice and film from my cell phone just to get better view of practice film. And I'll say the drone was a good addition. So here we go. We're going to play cover 3. Okay. Again, you got your rover over top of 2, corner, free safety. You got your 5-3-1 and 5, both Packers playing in their respective techniques for their respective gaps. The back here doesn't make a difference as far as what our coverage or what our gap responsibility is. And then you've got your cover 2 to the backside. So he's walked up and pressing man. He was a pretty good corner who's also going to play some Division I football. So he had the ability to lock up a lot of teams' best receivers. So we're going to go through it here. The rover does a good job of riding number 2. The only thing is he kind of rides him too far back into the hook where the mic would be. And then the quarterback actually makes a bad read and, should have thrown it to the out route here by the fullback. But we'll go ahead and watch it and kind of watch gap responsibility and also watch the coverage here. Okay, so again, does a great job jamming and riding too, not letting him just get a free release vertical. So the corner's got time to get back. but he should have passed this off to the Mike. Mike would be right there to take that little dig route, and then he should be out there on that fullback. Backside, he's running him, pressing him vertical. Then he sees Crosser coming, so he sees number 3 coming across the field. So he passes off to our dog. Pretty good coverage backside. Will's in a good spot to take away that drag route. And then up front, they do a good job staying in the gaps. And my guys are taught if they get washed out of the A gap or whatever gap they're in, so right here to fight back. And pretty decent job of getting to the football. Not a little bit lazy right here by that guy.